Hello everyone, how are you doing? Can is back with another insight on the whole crypto market. Since crypto market has been in a shock after the sell-off we saw in the last couple of days, we have decided to zoom out on different charts in order to get a better overview on how the whole market is going to move in the next couple of weeks. In order to better understand the crypto market movement, there are some indexes that we can use to understand where market is headed next. One of these indexes is crypto total market cap. This index actually shows how much money is floating into the whole crypto market. Now, if we take a look at the weekly time frame, we can understand that crypto market started a big move at the end of 2022 and money started to flow back into different altcoins, Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is when the actual sell-off at the end of 21 finished and the bear market started to slowly shift into a more bullish sentiment towards crypto market. Now, in order to understand what's going to happen next, we have to take a look at the whole pattern from the beginning. Now, we got a diametric pattern on our hands again, and as you can see, the whole market has been moving inside these swing highs and swing lows. And as you can see, market slowly went up and again get through corrections. Went up, corrections. Went up, corrections. Okay? And right now, with the latest correction that we saw in the market, we have to decide whether wave G on this diametric pattern has finished or not. Fortunately, we were able to call this growth midway around here, and since our last analysis on this index, we saw a 40% growth. Now the question is whether wave G has finished or not. In order to find the answer to this question, we have highlighted two possible scenarios. If we zoom in into lower time frames, we can understand that this index has actually been playing inside this wedge, and the latest correction we saw in the market was the beginning of a breakout out of this wedge. Now, there are some possible scenarios that we have to go deeper into lower time frames to understand. But for now, what we can see is a pullback forming in order to fill this shadow up before we see a major recovery in the market. Now, once we get to this support zone around $3.47 trillion, then we can expect some recovery happening in altcoins and other big cap coins like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Ripple, AVAX, and coins like that. And once we get back to these levels, we can decide whether the momentum is strong enough or not. If there is a big momentum, then we might even see higher levels to be unlocked before we finish this diametric pattern. But if we get a rejection from here, then the diametric pattern is already finished and we could go to lower levels. Of course, we have to always consider that every diametric pattern can be extended to a symmetric pattern. And this means that we will get another wave I and H to higher levels. But for now, we have to go with this roadmap. And if we want to better understand how things look, we can go to total 3, meaning that crypto total market cap excluding BTC and Ethereum, because Bitcoin and Ethereum have acted more stable in comparison to other altcoins because of the ETFs that have been floating money inside them. Now, with this insight that we have for this index, we can see that things don't look very good for altcoins. In lower time frames, we can see that this index already is going through a correctional wave of an ABC pattern. Because if we consider this big move that happened in late 2024, we can see that ever since we got to this top, this index has taken a long time to go down and again recover to higher levels. And this gives us a signal that we are dealing with an ABC pattern. Now, with the rejection happening around this level, around $1.2 trillion, we can say that wave B probably has finished and altcoins are going to bleed more before big buyers step in again. But how is that going to play? Depends on the rejection that we get from here. You see, again, we have two important zones for this wave C to play out. So if we go down, we have a support around $960 billion, and there we can expect another retracement. Now, the key point is breaking above this level. If we break above this, then our bearish sentiment will completely shift. But if we cannot sustain a momentum above this level, then we are going to go to lower and lower levels until by the end of 2025, altcoins are ready for a nice buy to load up for alt season. So we have to keep in mind that each altcoin has their own unique chart, but these indexes actually help us to get a better understanding on how the whole crypto market is moving. And based on what we see here, you should not go into big investments into crypto market until we reach strong support levels. So does that mean that we shouldn't trade? Absolutely not. We can still trade the crypto market as each of these swing highs and swing lows create nice opportunities for leverage trading and safe spot buys. In order to get a better insight on how to buy and sell and what to buy and sell, you can always check out our Telegram channel for more information. And that's all we have for today. I hope you enjoyed this overview on the whole market and you can put this analysis into a good use. Until our next update, stay safe and have fun. Bye.